So basically, metabolism is the process of the body which have growing stage, repairing stage, reacting stage, and reproduction stage. So 1G, 3R. So these are the characteristics of life. In daily activity we need this. Okay, so basically yesterday I able to explain one thing related metabolism. That is, metabolism is divided into two stages. Metabolism, one is anabolism, another one is catabolism. So we will talk about detail about anabolism and catabolism. First is we talk anabolism. Basically, it is a subject of biochemistry. Okay, first we will talk anabolism. Anabolism means biochemical process. Simple molecules combine to generate complex molecules. And simple molecules to complex molecules. It is about anabolism. So this is the anabolism. Now we will talk about catabolism. Catabolism is the biochemical process is also in which complex molecules convert into simple molecules. So it is the opposite to the catabolism. Catabolism is vice versa to anabolism. Anabolism is vice versa to catabolism. So both are different. Okay, but both are related to each other. Okay, so next thing we have to understand. First, we will talk about catabolism. Catabolism means complex to simple molecules. Okay, it means that whatever first we will talk about from our uh, food structure. That whatever we eat the food, first of all it is in complex stage. Means if we take one apple, okay, it is combined one apple, then afterwards we will chew, we will break into pieces, number of pieces. This apple is converted into pieces, then afterwards it will enter into the stomach. In stomach we have gastric juice and we have HCl, etc. Okay, it will break down more this into simple molecules, more simple, more small pieces, and after that it will like juice, it will convert into the paste. Okay, like this. Then afterwards it will come into the stage at smaller intestine, and absorption will happen. Okay, after absorption, here we have the stomach, then after small intestine. Okay, absorption will happen. Whatever apple we ate, absorption. Okay, so after absorption in blood, then it will enter into the liver. Liver will do it will make the substance to absorb by the cells. So from apple to, okay, this is the apple. From apple to absorption of the cells, this process we will call as catabolism. What we will call? We will call catabolism. So here we have complex apple. One complex apple is converted into the stage that will the cells will absorb the energy of the apple. So this stage is called catabolism. Okay, I hope you understood this. Then we will talk about anabolism. So the blood, in the blood, the energy of the in the blood, the energy reached, the apple's energy is reached in the blood. Then afterward it will reach into the cells to utilize. So one day what happened, that you will get skin damage or skin burn. So here we have the cut of the skin. You need to repair this. So again, the simple molecules, here we have the simple molecules. Okay, then then is converted into the complex molecule to heal the skin. Okay, the energy stored in the cells, the energy stored in the liver, the energy stored in adipose tissue will converted this energy into the complex molecule to repair the skin. So this process is nothing but anabolism. Okay, so we need two types of functions in the body. One is anabolism and another one is catabolism. So this process is only useful, or this process is only helpful in the body to maintain homeostasis. Okay, so each are related to each other. Metabolism, if metabolism is not happening, then homeostasis will disbalance. Okay, if homeostasis is not happening, then metabolism is disbalanced. So now we will talk about homeostasis. So I hope you understand the part of metabolism. Okay, now we will talk about homeostasis. Okay, a person who is in good health may be said to be in the state of homeostasis. So the balance of the body is nothing but homeostasis. Homeostasis reflects the ability of the body to maintain a relatively stable metabolism and to function normally despite many constant changes. So in the body, number of changes occurs, but along with the changes, our body is stable and the metabolism occurs neatly without any disturbance. Okay, the changes that are part of normal metabolism may be internal or external, and the body must respond appropriately. Eating breakfast, for example, brings about an internal change. Suddenly, there is a food in the stomach, and something must be done with it. What happens? The food is digested or broke down into simple chemicals that the body can use. The protein in a hard boiled egg is digested into amino acids and basic chemical building blocks. These amino acids can then be used by the cells of the body to produce their own specialized proteins. So this is the example it is given. Okay, how the metabolism occurs. Okay, next we will talk about an example of an external change. So this is the example of internal changes. We eat the food. Okay, if we example we eat the boiled egg, so whatever energy is stored in the egg, it will convert it into simple complex. Then the body utilize those simple complex for any purpose. If it is protein, it will build the protein blocks for muscles. If it have vitamins, it is utilize the vitamins. Okay, whatever may be the uh, energy is stored in the food, it will utilized. Okay, whatever the external change, what happened? An example of external change is a rise in environmental temperature. On a hot day, the body temperature also tend to rise. However, body temperature must be kept with its normal range of 97 to 99 degrees, 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. In order to support normal function, what happens? One of the body response to the external temperature rise is to increase sweating so that excess body heat can be lost by the evaporation of sweat on the surface of the skin. So what happened that uh, our body needs 97 to 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So suddenly the temperature of the outside is increased. So if the temperature of the outside increases, so our body temperature also rise. But it will not happen because our body have opposite sense. So if the body temperature, so if the environmental temperature increases, our body temperature decreases. Means according to the environmental changes, it will decrease, not the normal position. Okay, normal temperature is 97 to 99 only. But if the outside temperature is 102 Fahrenheit, okay, then our body temperature is also maintained between 97 to 99. Why this happening? Because our body release the excess sweat from the body, so the heat of the body will released. Okay, excess sweating is seen in summer season. Okay, that is the reason we have excess sweating to maintain the body temperature. This response, however, may bring about an understandable internal change and dehydration. So that's the reason if a person have sweating, increased sweating, he have dehydration. Means our body have 5 to 7 liters plasma. 7 liters plasma according to the body weight. Okay. So what happens when excess sweating occurs? The plasma of the body will excreted outside the body. So our body fluid decrease. Okay. Then the dehydration happen. So you need water to maintain this balance. Okay. So that's the reason we feel thirst. Our body uh, water decrease. So we feel thirst and drink fluids to replace the water loss in sweating. Okay. Notice that when certain body response occurs, they reverse the event that triggered them. In the preceding example, a rising body temperature stimulates increased sweating, which lowers body temperature, which is turned decreased sweating. Unnecessary sweating that would be wasteful of water is prevented. This is an example of negative feedback mechanism. So basically, I will explain. Our body have two types of mechanism. One is negative feedback mechanism. Another one is positive feedback mechanism. Now we will talk about negative feedback mechanism. What will happen in negative feedback mechanism? Because this mechanism is need to maintain homeostasis in the body, means balancing in the body. Homeostatic means equilibrium of the body, means balancing of the body. Now we will talk about negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism. With example, we will talk about this. Whenever the environmental EV means environmental temperature increases, means hot. So if the environment have hot, our body will become also hot. It is the basic thing. Okay, if we put any water for boiling, okay, because of this heat, the water becomes boiled or hot. So if there is any environmental condition which is hot outside, which is the basic thing, the body becomes hot. But it will not happen. What happening? Because of the hot temperature, our body have negative, means here we have the temperature is adding. So our body needs negative mechanism to be added, means the temperature will decrease. No? So that's the reason negative feedback mechanism is activated. So how it happens? Our skin have receptors. We studied that our skin have receptors which take the sense of the external environment. So the receptors take the temperature to the brain. Okay. Our brain have one region called hypothalamus. The temperature maintain here, our body maintain the temperature. Okay, we will not go into the more detail, only we have to understand the positive and negative feedback mechanism. So hypothalamus have the capacity to maintain the temperature. So the sense receptors with the help of the nerves take the temperature to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will first step will check the normal temperature and the outside temperature. Outside temperature is 100. Our body temperature need 97. So it will activate negative feedback mechanism. How the negative feedback mechanism works? First of all, the hypothalamus, HT means hypothalamus, will activate negative feedback mechanism. First thing that it will increase the blood circulation. In the negative feedback mechanism, when the temperature arises, what will happen? It will increase the blood circulation to the skin. First thing this happen. If the circulation increases, what happen? In the blood we have plasma. Blood we have plasma. This is the skin. Okay, skin have sweat glands. In the dermis we have sweat glands. Then the circulation is is getting to the skin glands. Sweat glands function increases. Its functions increase. So what is the function of the sweat glands? To increase sweat. To increase sweat. It have the fluid which will excrete it outside whenever necessary. So the circulation increases, the sweat gland function increases, so it relieves sweating. In blood, we have a range temperature. So the temperature is decreased. Okay, because sweating also have heat. Okay, heat is excreted by the help of sweating. So first mechanism is happening. Second, what will happen? The respiratory rate increases because whenever when you take your hand to the nose and absorb that the from the nostrils will absorb that the air we inhale, the air we exhale, that it is some hot. Okay, so from the respiratory system we will expel some amount of temperature. This is the third thing happen. And the fourth thing is third thing this is happen. Second thing. Third thing what happened? That the temperature, if the temperature is normalized, then this mechanism is stopped. Because the temperature is maintained 96 or 97, yeah, 98. So we did not need further decrease in temperature. So we need this stability. Okay, this is how negative feedback mechanism works. Now we will talk about positive feedback mechanism. Now we'll talk about positive feedback mechanism. Here we have that one bacteria enters into the body. Okay, our body, bacteria enters into the body. Then the bacteria is noted by our immune system. So immune system supply this information to the brain because brain will do whatever need. So first of all, when the information reached to the brain wanted to increase the temperature. Here positive feedback mechanism means the I will explain by the whiteboard. Okay, here we have that one bacteria enter into the body. So what body changes? The brain of the body, our brain. Okay, our brain have same hypothalamus, which is the main center of temperature regulating organ. Okay, temperature regulating center, whatever maybe we call. Okay, so it will increase the temperature in the body. Why? Because it needs more metabolism, more cells to work to release or to expel the bacteria from the body. If the cell functions continuously and it will release the energy from the body, the bacteria will expel or it will be killed. That is the more motive of increasing the temperature in the body. So it is positive feedback mechanism. So if the body bacteria enters into the body will increase the temperature. If the temperature increases, the cell utilize its energy. When the cell utilizes energy, they will able to expel the bacteria. So this is the example of positive feedback mechanism. Here we have the two examples are given in the box. That is, one is negative feedback mechanism and another is positive feedback mechanism. So I hope you understand this. So depending upon this mechanism only, everything will work. Next example I will give. With this example, you will be able to understand more clearly. Two things happened. One patient came to you about the hypotension. So you tell me which mechanism is activated. Hypotension. We have one patient is hypertension low BP and high BP. Low BP is more than 160 by 90. High low BP means less than 90 by 60. So okay. So what will happen if a patient of hypotension will come? If a patient of hypertension will come, okay, hypotension patient positive feedback mechanism will increase. Positive feedback mechanism will activated. Here we have negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism activated. Okay, so please give me. So here this is the only thing we have to understand. So please make that some of the diseases, if you able to understand and make them list. So in which condition the negative feedback mechanism is activated, in which that positive feedback mechanism is activated. Okay, so this is all about in today's lecture. I hope you understand the basics of metabolism and as well as homeostasis.